Have several gold medal winners vying for only a couple of seats, but I mean that'll be a tough choice when it comes down to it, but they're looking great.
We shoot back up now to the start for the A final of the lightweight men's double sculls. In lane 1 we have Germany, Konstantin Steinherbel and Lars Hartig. Lars Hartig on the right, Konstantin Steinherbel on the left. In lane 2, Andrea Micheletti and Pietro Ruta from Italy. Silver medalists at Lucerne. Didn't quite manage to medal at European Championships in Seville earlier this year, though. Lane 3 is with Switzerland. Simon Schurich and Mario Gier. Bronze medalists at European Championships and bronze medalists at the Lucerne World Cup. In lane 4, the Chambers brothers, Richard Chambers and Peter Chambers of Great Britain. Bronze medalists at the Lucerne World Cup, silver at Eton, and they were silver medalists in the lightweight men's 4 at the London Olympics 2012. Lane 5, Norway, Christopher Brun and Ari Strandli. Bronze medalists from the Eton World Cup. And finally in lane 6, Greece. Panagiotis Mavdanis and Spyridon Giannaros. They managed the A finals in Seville. So hot expectations for them in this race today.
Great start there by the British. I mean, they were right on the buzzer then, and they've just popped their bow out in front. They're certainly the ones to watch in this race. I mean, look at them go. So important as in lightweight men's rowing. We've spoken about this, having a good, clean start, and the stroke rate is right up there as we would expect in this event.
I mean, the blade work, just absolutely impeccable. To get the rating that high, you've got to have serious confidence in your ability with the blades, and they certainly demonstrated how proficient they are at exactly that.
Riding with Mario Gier and Simon Schurich there, the Swiss out of the fours combination there. Partners in that 4, won the lightweight men's pair yesterday. The Swiss are in form. Is the Swiss double going to deliver today? Or the British who won the other semi-final? So impressive, the Chambers brothers.
There they are, the Italians though, nosing out in front. Andrea Micheletti and Pietro Ruta. Only being challenged by Germany and Greece at the moment. So still quite a tightly knit field, but the Italians, strong start from them.
Yeah, we see Chambers there, the Chambers brothers from Coleraine in Northern Ireland. And, well, one interested person watching this back in Britain is Zach Purchase, who's announced he's coming back in the team. And the Olympic champion from Beijing and silver medalist from London is going to be one person in contention at the Chambers brothers. Well, maybe it's at the back of their mind. Little look from Richard Chambers, look to his left, to the Swiss, look to his right, across the Norwegians. And that's quite a conservative start, I think, for the British.
It is actually. I mean, they went off like lightning, but out in front at the 500, Italy lead the way, half a length up on the entire rest of the field, Norway nosing into second.
Yeah, we can see here the ever-important second 500 metres. I mean, we speak a lot about the importance of the third 5 and how difficult that is, but I think races are set up for the win in the second 500. It's such a critical part that a lot of athletes don't realise the importance of, I think, until they get quite far in their careers, and that's what these two class boats in the middle are taking advantage of now. The British and the Swiss both moving together, moving through. They're putting the other crews behind them, and they're moving on the Italians. But at the moment, the Italians are absolutely going for it. They're looking a little bit rougher, but they certainly have got the rate up and they're sitting out in front.
In the semi, the Italians had a 4-second fade between the first and second 500, and the British had a 2.34-second fade. So as we look at the Norwegian double there, the British, if it's going to form according to the semi, will come quite close up the Italians. The Swiss will know that. Their coach, Simon Cox, will have told them, you've got to be there in the second quarter, put a challenge in, be ready to move on in the second half of the race.
It was amazing looking at the times from that second semi-final, because Norway, Great Britain and Germany were all within a second of each other. And they're certainly looking pretty level pegged at this stage, coming up towards the 1,000.
Antonio Lapadula's done a great job motivating this Italian crew, haven't they? Because they're absolutely sculling out their skins. They did lead their semi through to the 1,000 metres, then the Swiss came through them. So I think we're going to see some fireworks in this third quarter.
Look at that, through the 1,000, 3:14. The Italians leading the way, and they've managed to pull out to a full length up on the rest of the field, so they didn't slow at all in that second 500.
And look at lane 5, we have the Norwegians. They're bowed just on screen. I wouldn't put them out of it just yet. We know that this boat, anything can happen, and it does happen in the final 500 metres, but this third 5 certainly hotting up, and look at the move. Just there, that's where the British went. This is their critical point. Will they push up and try and tackle these Italians now? How will the Italians hold up?
As you mentioned, the Norwegians, they had the fastest third quarter in the semi-finals. The British have got to make a massive move to get back on the Italians for the sprint, and the Swiss have got to go with the British. They both know about the Norwegians, but the Italians are absolutely flying, and Padula's crew are delivering the result at the moment.
Look at this, though. The British have moved up so significantly. They use that 1,000-metre marker as the point for them to put in a serious burn, and it's paying dividends. Only half a length down now on the Italians and starting to push ahead of the Swiss. They've got a canvas up on the Swiss. They've got the fastest boat speed of the leading 3 crews, starting to edge up to draw level with the leaders. You could just see the Norwegian bow poking into the picture there. So there's 4 boats vying for those 3 medals, and it's going to hot up as they come up towards 1,500.
Oh, they're tough. We see Richard Chambers in the bow from Leander and his brother Pete Chambers from Brooks, and they do breed them tough at Oxford Brookes University, and this is a fantastic move. But the Swiss are going with them. The British are pulling the Swiss all the way. This race is not over yet.
Going through the 1,500 now, though, the Italians just managing to keep ahead of the Brits in second. 0.05 of a second. Norwegians starting to move up on the field. It's, if anything, it's a real challenge here for the Swiss to stay and hang on to that medal. But the Italians are the ones moving backwards. They're going to have to pick up their burn in this last 500.
I love the way Simon Stewart just looked casually around to his left, to his right, said, yeah, that's what we've got to do. And, you know, still confidence there. What a race.
I think that the Italians could be the casualties here after such a great start, such an incredible middle 1,000. And it looks like they're the ones who aren't quite matching the pace. The Swiss are coming through. But look at the Norwegians edging their bow into the stroke seat. I mean, at 1,500 metres, you couldn't make a prediction as to who was going to place where in this race.
Brun and Strandley, they train with the Norwegian heavyweight double, who are fantastic. The favourites for gold medal in this event tomorrow. So they've got the competition, and they're using it to good effect.
They've wound up. They've absolutely wound up for the finish here. So much earlier than the Swiss there, and they are ploughing through the field. Half a length up now on the Brits. Their boat speed is through the roof, and there is absolutely no stopping them. The Italians, they're out of the game now because the Swiss are ploughing through them as well.
And it's the Swiss who are coming through for the silver. The British made such a brave move, and they've just dropped off. This is absolutely amazing. The Swiss look like they're taking on the Norwegians now. Have they got enough course to vie for that gold medal? But certainly the Swiss, fantastic in silver at the moment.
Less than 100 metres to go now, and the Swiss, they're only half a canvas down now on the Norwegians. It is going to absolutely come down to the line, because here come the Norwegians. They're still going to maintain it, crossing the line, therefore the gold medal, new world rowing champions in the lightweight men's double sculls event. Silver goes to the Swiss, and the bronze medal to the British. What an exciting last 250 metres.
Wow, 9th in the Olympics, 2nd in the Europeans, 1st in the world. What a profile for the 2 young Norwegians. And, well, again, I think that's the first medal in an Olympic class boat for Switzerland for many, many years. They'll be disappointed they didn't win gold, but it feels great to have a medal around your neck when you're at the World Championships, and the British will be gutted. They wanted the gold medal from this race, no doubt about that at all.
They did. They put in such a strong burn through that third 500. I thought that they were going to plough all the way up the field.
And the Italians, I mean, what a brave start and what a race from them. For 3/4 of it, they were in the lead, and then, you know, we knew sitting here that anything could happen. You can't call that race from the third 500, and it's always the way in the